Welcome back to my channel. I'm James, and today we're going to dive into a classic 1973 Western film. And this is one of those great Clint Eastwood, kind of bad guy, slightly good guy Western films. So today I'm excited to announce we're going to deep dive into High Plains Drifter, the brand new 4K Ultra HD release from Kino Lorber. Now, big shout out and thank you to Kino Lorber for sending this to me about 3 weeks early for a review. I always appreciate when they send me these copies early for a review so I can do all my exclusive testing on these, that I can share all that with you so you know before the release date if this is something you should buy or something you should skip. Now, I did my exclusive 4K versus Blu Ray image comparisons on this that I'm going to show you here in just a few minutes. And then at the end, I always wrap it up with my review score that lets you know the quality of this and if this is something worth buying and adding to your collection. Now, starting off with, I'm going to show you the 2013 Blu-ray up above. Now, this is the bundle set that has 3 of Clint Eastwood's Western movies in it, but it's the same disc and it's been released in numerous boxes and numerous covers, but it's all the exact same transfer from 2013. And that's the one that was done by Universal. That's what I'm showing you up above. These are always the native images pulled from the disc, both for the Blu-ray and for the 4K. It's obviously without all the things you can do on your TV to artificially increase saturation or contrast, things like that. So the native image is what we're always going off of because that's what makes the biggest difference in what we see. Now, on the original 2013 Blu-ray release, it had a more yellowish, brownish color tone, especially to the skin tones, where they had more of a, I won't say it's like completely jaundiced look, but it was more jaundiced. Their skin tones are definitely more yellow and browned out throughout the entire film. Sand in the desert, sky, everything just has a more yellowy-ish tone to it. And that's the way it was throughout the entire time this film was released from 2013 on, because it's all the same transfer. It just had a slightly more brownish, yellowish tone to it. On the new 4K Ultra HD release from Kino Lorber, gone is the yellowish and slight yellowish brownish tone to skin tones and everything. It's got a brand new color grading. And that's where we're going to talk about what they did for this 4K release. This is a native 4K 2160p, and it was created from a brand new 4K scan of the original camera negative with a brand new Dolby Vision and HDR master, which makes a drastic difference on how this film looks overall. As you're probably noticing those images above, the native images pulled from these discs, you can see so much more healthier skin tones on Clint Eastwood's characters, as well as all the characters in the films. The sky has a more bluish color than kind of a more yellowish bluish that it had on the previous Blu-ray releases. Overall, the details and clarity that's provided with this new 4K scan is quite a bit more heavy in the sense of you can see pores and skin and hair, especially with the stubble on Clint Eastwood's character. Man, you can see so much more stubble on his face. The native 4K with this brand new 4K scan they did really shines through great with those details. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a like and a thumbs up for me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. We have a goal this year to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. The only way I can do it is if you go down, give this video a like and a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification for me. Now, as I was referencing, this does have Dolby Vision and HDR10 on it. Now, between the Dolby Vision and the HDR10, I will say the Dolby Vision had a 1-up on this release. How much variance between the two? I'd probably say I enjoyed the Dolby Vision over the HDR10 transfer about anywhere between 7 to 10% more. I actually thought the Dolby Vision looked really outstanding on this release, and it was one of those that the Dolby Vision did stand out quite a bit better than the HDR10. Now, the HDR10 is not a slouch that it looks horrible. I'm just telling you the Dolby Vision was really outstanding on this release. Where HDR10 looked really good, Dolby Vision looked outstanding. So that kind of gives you just an idea of that. Dolby Vision is what I'd recommend when you're watching this. HDR10 is still a huge upgrade over what you had on the Blu-ray, but I did notice that the Dolby Vision really brought to life their skin tones and pop in the sky. If you really look at the sky and the tones of the sky and the clouds and the different shades of blue, that's where the Dolby Vision really shined on this release. Talking about the audio on this does get an English DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 and 2.0 mix. Now, the 5.1 mix I did notice sounded a bit clearer, had a little bit more range behind it than what the previous Blu-ray release had. So I did enjoy that 5.1. The 2.0 was fine as well, but the 5.1 for me was what I really enjoyed. I felt like it had some good sound effects and things like that when he's clicking on the basically wood of the steps and things like that. It just sounded a lot better, that 5.1 mix, than it ever did in the previous Blu-ray release. So that was a nice upgrade that I enjoyed on this as well. Subtitle-wise, you just get English subtitles on this as well. Touching on the film grain, because this is a new 4K scan from the original camera negatives, you do notice that film grain. It was very stable throughout it. I thought it looked so filmic and good throughout it. Even more so than the previous Blu-ray. You could see the film grain, but because of it being 1080p, there's only so much that can be presented in that, where you notice so much more with this new 4K scan that brought a lot of details in their costumes and all of the dust and the sand and the dirt on the windows and the bars and the sand on the bars. You could see so much more details on this 4K, and the colors, because of the new color grading, really drastically enhanced the film and made it look more lifelike and natural overall, that I was really surprised at how much better the colors looked on this than any of the previous releases as well on Blu-ray. Now, throughout the entire film, I didn't notice any black crush or digital noise issues or any blocking. It was a really stable and good looking release overall, though I will touch on this aspect. There are some very brief and short shots that are softer, and that's the way it was always intended. It is not that Kino Lorber did something wrong with this release or with the scan. They are intentional. For example, at the beginning of the film, when it's first fading in to Clint Eastwood's character riding into town, it's very soft and it's got lots of film grain and very hazy. That is intentional. It's supposed to be like the sand and the dust kind of clearing and you see the character coming out at you. And there's scenes throughout the film that kind of use a similar effect where they're softer going into clear. That is not something done wrong by this release, and they will always be present because that is what Clint Eastwood, the director, intended it to be, to give that effect. Those are never going to go away. So just keep that in mind. That's not something wrong with this transfer. That's for the effect of the film. That was the way it was intentionally filmed, to give an effect and a feeling when you're watching it. Now, talking about the film, for those of you that haven't seen the film, it's basically about Clint Eastwood's drifter character coming into this town, and he shows up, and in the first few minutes of being there, basically he kills 3 of the guys that are in town, and then basically the town decides they need his help to basically fend off the criminals that are coming back and the things that are going to happen to the town. So they decide, hey, which is worse? Are we going to hire this bad guy to help us fend off the bad guys to keep the town safe? And Clint Eastwood's character, if you've seen the film, you'll know what I'm talking about. In those first few minutes of the film, he attacks a woman in the film. And it shows that he's not a good guy. He is a bad guy that's going to basically help the town because they're going to give him everything he wants. And he demands everything. He gets boots and belts and clothes and shave and food and money and basically all those kinds of things to help defend this town. So he is kind of a, I don't know if I want to say good bad guy, but he's a bad guy that basically helps them do some good things in a sense. And the film's very, very gritty. It's a very realistic Western. And if you've seen a lot of Clint Eastwood's Westerns before, you'll know what I'm talking about. He plays one of those characters that's just very gruff. And I do like Clint Eastwood's gruff characters. And that's where he was going for with this, was kind of more of a showing the West from the side of a bad guy that basically, you know, kind of drifted town to town doing whatever he could to just get whatever money he could and only really caring for himself. And it is one of those films that's an entertaining film. Just keep in mind it is rated R for violence. And like I said, the scene at the beginning when he attacks the woman is one of those things that it is a more like makes you think and makes you notice, hey, the West was rough, and that's what they were going for with this. Now, showing you what you get in this, I absolutely love the slipcover they used on this in the cover artwork. Man, is it nice on this. I really like that. Side here, it says High Plains Drifter. I love, again, how all these match for Kino Lorber. On the back, it talks about all your special features here on here. It is rated R. Film runs 105 minutes, so it's a fast-paced Western. It doesn't linger too long, and it's got a ton of action in it, and it's really entertaining to watch. Now, when you get inside here, you get your 4K Ultra HD disc that is region free, and you get your Blu-ray disc that is region A locked. So any of you that live worldwide, You'll need a multi-region or region-free player to be able to play this because this is region A locked. Your 4K is region free. Now talking about your Blu-ray, you do get a new transfer on your Blu-ray. This is a new transfer, not the old 2013 Blu-ray release. So that's good news. You do get the new upgraded transfer on that, so you can enjoy it on either one of the discs. Now there's no reversible cover artwork on this, and that's okay because I really do like this slipcover, but keep in mind, just like with a lot of Kino Lorber's releases, these slipcovers are limited edition. That means if you don't get this within so much time of their first pressing, those slipcovers do go out of print. And then they're very expensive and hard to come by. If you've ever gone out there and looked, a lot of these slipcovers from Kino Lorber become big collectibles. So if you are wanting the slipcover, don't wait too long to pick up your copy. If you do decide you're going to pick up and buy this though, I always put the links down there from Amazon in the description section and as a pinned comment in the comment section below. I've always made it nice and easy for all of you. You click on those, takes you straight out to Amazon. It's on sale for the same price as everywhere. But that does help to support this YouTube channel just a little bit, and it never costs you a penny extra when you click on those Amazon links down below. Now, when I do all of my exclusive testing, I like to dive in a little bit more into some in-depth testing and share that with all of you. Well, for this, it got a rough average bitrate of an amazing 90 megabits per second. That is outstanding for an average bitrate. And that goes right back into the discs on here. The 4K disc is a BD100. So again, Kino Lorber could put all the content they needed on there without having to dumb it down or compress it at all to fit on a smaller BD66. The BD100 gave them plenty of room for the runtime and the special features without having to compress any of it down, which adds to the such high and such stable average bitrate of 90 megabits per second. That is outstanding. And that is what added to the great filmic look that this film gets. And that is why this is the best looking that High Plains Drifter has ever looked on home video. Blows away the previous Blu-ray releases out of the water completely. Image stability, your grain stability, the image looks so filmic overall, the HDR, the Dolby Vision. This is really a great looking release and a great job by Kino Lorber. So getting to my review score here for High Plains Drifter from Kino Lorber, this gets an outstanding 9.5. This is a must buy. If you like Clint Eastwood westerns, you like 4K releases, you like just good movies that are entertaining to sit down and watch, you must buy this and add this to your collection. This is a must buy release and looks just great. I couldn't believe all the details on the horses, his holster. I mean, look at his gun on the side when you're watching the film, and you'll see so many little scratches on the handles, and it shows that it was used, and little details they put into this film. You can see so much more that I'm amazed at how good of a job Kino Lorber did with this. Like I talked with that bitrate and the BD100, all of that adds to what an outstanding release this is by Kino Lorber. Great job, Kino Lorber. You gotta buy this, pick this up, and add this to your collection. Make sure to start the conversation down in the comment section below and let me know how much of a fan you are of this Clint Eastwood Western. I do really enjoy it. I think it shows a grittier side of the Old West than a lot of Westerns do. He's not a good guy. I understand that going into it. You need to understand that going into it. It's rated R. Keep that in mind. It's violent and it's just gritty. But man, it is one of those like cult classic Western films from 1973 that if you haven't seen, you're missing out on a great Clint Eastwood Western and one of those that I just really, really enjoy. Now that you've heard my review score, if you decide you want to buy this 4K Ultra HD release, like I said, this review should be out about 2 to 3 weeks before the release date. Make sure to go down to those Amazon links I've posted in the description section or as a pinned comment in the comment section below to order your copy. This is a must buy. Those links never cost you anything extra, but they do help to support this YouTube channel just a little bit. And they never cost you even a penny extra. So make sure to click through those links down there below, pick up your copy and order your copy of High Plains Drifter on 4K Ultra HD. Kino Lorber knocked it out of the park with this one. Man, I'm excited for their next release. And this is a great time to be a movie collector because we've got an outstanding company like Kino Lorber releasing some of these just absolutely great releases they have been. So bravo, Kino Lorber, outstanding. Now, if you enjoy all this content I work hard to create here on my YouTube channel, just like this one with all these exclusive image comparisons, Make sure to join my Collectors VIP Club. It costs you less than the price of a couple of dollars every month. Less than the price of a cup of coffee or a sandwich. That helps to support this YouTube channel. Drastically makes a difference for me to be able to keep creating these videos for all of you. I'm not paid or sponsored by anybody. The only way I can do this is through all of your support. You can also give a super thanks through the super thanks button down below that goes right back into this YouTube channel as well. Don't forget to give this video a like and a thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. As a big surprise, next coming up is Mystery Men on 4K Ultra HD from Kino Lorber. I've been working on this one, and this is another really early exclusive review you're only going to find here on my YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe, give this video a like and a thumbs up for me. But Mystery Men will be coming out soon here, so stay tuned because this is another big 4K Ultra HD release that I'm going to be releasing a big review on here very soon. As always, I hope all of you have a blessed day, and I've always got something new and exciting coming out very soon.